Welcome back to I'm Quitting Alcohol with comedian David Boyle. Funny thing happened yesterday. One of my mates was at the pub. We were messaging. I'm like, what are you up to? He's like, well, I'm just sitting at the pub by myself having a few beers because all my friends have quit drinking. And I thought about it, and all his closest friends have quit drinking because they were fucking psychotic alcoholics. And now he's got no one to drink with. But he never had a problem. He can sit there and have 4 or 5 beers and then just leave. The strange thing is, he can also go on benders too. His mum was an alcoholic too. So you would think he'd have some sort of issue, but he doesn't. And he's the only one that sort of escaped. The rest of us have major fucking issues. Alright, let's try and think of one interesting thing to say and then wrap it up and think about tomorrow. Alright. Interesting things to say. Interesting things to say. Alright, this is kind of interesting, I suppose. My grandma, who passed away last year, was part Maori a few generations back. Her mother was half Maori. And Maori, for people who don't know, are the indigenous people of New Zealand. So what happened about 25 years ago is the New Zealand government, as some form of reparation, gave Maori people back some of their indigenous land. And the land that they got given back is virtually useless. A lot of it's just uninhabitable, wild, rugged bushland. And my grandma got given a bunch of it. I don't know how much. I've seen the deeds before, but it was a fair bit. But like I said, it's fucking useless. I Google Earthed it one time, and it's at the bottom of the South Island of New Zealand, and there's no fucking access roads to it. It's just a plot in bushland, probably the closest bit of land to Antarctica, so it's like negative 40 degrees and shit there, so you can't really use it. But the point is, the New Zealand government gave the land back to the Maori people, and it can only be passed down by blood. So my nana passed away, and that Maori land gets passed on to my mum. And when my mum passes away of alcoholism and cigarette smoking, it gets passed down to me. The land gets passed down to me. I always thought it was just justice. Justice to the Maori people, that one day their indigenous land will end up in the hands of a white Australian. Rightfully so. The indigenous land of the New Zealand people will end up in my hands. Oh, that justice, it never stops working, does it? That sweet, sweet smell of justice. Alright, that's all I've got tonight. I will speak to you later.